Hello everyone, welcome back to another amazing tutorial. In this tutorial, we are going to create this cool shoes CJ VFX admin blender. Let me first tell you the highlights of this tutorial. In this tutorial, we will do cloth simulation. I will share with you some tips to how to make your workflow easy with working cloth simulations. I will show you how you can do cloth simulations on multiple objects very easily. Like before making this tutorial, when I used to work on multiple cloth objects, I used to apply those properties on each cloth object individually, which was so time taking and hectic. But after doing some such work, I have found that there are multiple ways how you can do this very quickly and easily. If you are a beginner or already have experience with the working cloth simulations in Blender, no problem. I assure you, you will learn something worthy. Just make sure to watch this complete tutorial. After this, we will do compositing in the Venture Zone, where we will make your boring VFX shot into a fantastic VFX shot by adding simply effects on it. Like we will add most popular effects on it, like the camera shake effect, camera focus blur effect, camera zoom effect, and last color grading. And after adding all this effect, you will see how much your VFX shot is enhanced. Trust me, this will make you to subscribe my channel if you already didn't. Before diving into the tutorial, just make sure to like this video, comment on this video and subscribe to my channel. This will motivate me to keep creating and sharing better content with you. Like I say, let's grow and learn together. Without further ado, let's start with today's amazing tutorial. Okay guys, so I have opened the SPy. As you know, now we will simply import the screenshot of our video into this, where we will get the camera orientation from our image. Later we will import this file into the Blender to get the camera orientation aligned with our Blender scene. So simply let's just drop our screenshot into this. Now just simply mark the Z on this axis and turn on this box guide. This will help us a lot. Now simply just follow along with me, and as you know, Z axis blenders are upward to downward, and just align with this window like this, and now just simply save this file, save as. And now I will open the Blender and import this file into the Blender. Okay, so I have opened the Blender. Now I will simply go into the file, import SPy red brittle file, and you can see it has started our camera. And if we take a cube here, and you can see it has perfectly aligned with our Blender scene. So now let's just start working by building our scene. So I will create a new viewport here. As you know, like what we do first, because here we will see our scene details. Take a viewport here. To I will make it this shader editor like this, and T and like this. And now let's just start building our scene. So like this. So I'm aligning this line into this building block shape. So simply just make this like this, scale on the axis like this, on the sides like this, guys. And I have told you, like, I simply just rotate my scene with my alt and middle mouse button. So I just hold mouse and drag my mouse with the middle mouse button to the left, right, and it's rotates my scene very easily. You can try it. This is very handy to, rather than pressing the keyboard buttons on the numpad. So this is just a bit faster like this. And if we go to this, these are the sides. Now I will just move this like this. Like this. Like this. Now I will simply get two materials to add on it. The first one is outer, second one is holdout. Yes. And now for the holdout, I'm going to the surface and add these two holdout. And now if we just go into the material viewport, and if we just select this face and apply this holdout, and you can see we have get rid of this bottom shape. And now simply just place, and let me just place this marker, select this edge and move it here a little bit like this. And guys, we have created our building block shape. So make this opacity full and like this. And now let's just select the first face like this, and now I will simply just insert this, or let's just undo this and add the modifier of solidify like this, and go into the wireframe mode, and if we just apply this scale, yes, I think this will be enough like this. Okay, so apply this and go into the wireframe mode and go to the solid view, and now if we just simply delete our faces and just press simply I to insert these faces, and just delete these faces all, and now simply select this vertex and this vertex, press F to create a face, and press F, and now I will simply just select my this vertex, press F, and now you can see it has created the face, and now I will simply select this edge and press F, and it will create the other faces automatically and very easily, and you can see we are good to go. And if you just want to scale it up, you can increase this on Z axis like this, and on Y axis like this. Okay, this is looking good to me. This. Okay guys, so our building block shape is completed. Now if we just create a color to add the color on this like this. Okay, just leave it now like this, and now I will just simply import my show model into this. I will put the link in description so you can download it, and I just note that my blender scene is just so small, and so I will simply just scale it a bit. So I will simply select this show, control I to invert the selection. Now I will simply just like this. Okay, and let me just select the cube and camera and move it on Z axis like this. So this will be good to get the scene aligned with here. And now just simply let me just set this show like this. Just turn this off to the on the box center, and let's just set it here simply like this. And if we just go into the render viewport, because I like to working in render viewport, so I will simply go into the film transparent, and let's just set the HDRI first. So I will go to the object world editor, just select it here from the world, and now I will just simply delete this. And guys, as you know, I don't use the HDRI assembly, I use the polyheaven add-in. So I will go into my asset browser, and I will select a polyheaven, and now I will use this add-on like this. And guys, I will simply put the download link of this HDRI which I'm using. You can simply use it as you normally use it, like with the environment texture node and background node. You just have to connect these nodes, click on the open button, and give it the directory where you have saved that downloaded HDRI. And after this, just connect this with, and you are good to go. So currently I'm not using it, so I will simply delete this and connect this node, and simply give the intensity 10, and you can see and just perfectly aligned with our scene like this. You can see it's getting the sunlight effect from this side, and our shoe is also getting the light effect from this side. So you can see how nicely we have matched the lighting with our scene. So like this, and now if we just, and now let us start building our scene. So for this, I will simply, I'm not liking these borders, because I think I just created so much big. So I will just simply delete this vertex, select this edge, press G to scale it like this, and now I will simply just go into the wireframe mode like this, and I will just extrude this like this. And if you can scale it, you can scale it, because this sides will not be shown in our scene like this. We are saying it from very far view, so this will not impact so much. So this is not looking good to me. Now just delete this extra vertex like this, and we are good to go. And guys, now I will simply, don't forget to keep saving your Blender file, because you know sometimes Blender crashes. So let me just save this file. Okay guys, so we have set up our scene. Now let's just do the most cool part of this tutorial, means the cloth simulation. So for this I will just select this shape, go into the edit mode, go into the edge mode, and just alt click to select the edge. Now just press F to create the face, press P to separate this selected face. So now we have separate scene of this object, and now I will simply just control R to add the edge loops, and from this you can select the how much thickness of the like cloth parts you want. So I'm liking to go with this, or you can increase this. And remember this, if you increase the numbers of cloth object, this will impact on your system performance. So so if you have a good system, you can go with the higher numbers, and if you don't, you just start with a small one and later increase this at the end. So I will just going with this. Okay, and now if we just have to select all these faces, select delete faces, and now from here I will just create it like this, and now I will simply just add the edge loops. And guys, while making this, just keep keep eye on this. Just make sure it will look like a quad geometry, because as you know, it's not matching with height or width. So just control undo Z, add again edge loops, and just make sure your box have equal sides, so this will have a good geometry and it will give a good cloth simulation results. So just keep in mind this point. So like this, you can see now I am getting a good cube. So now it's mean we are good to go. And now if I just select this vertex, and I will create a vertex group. As you know, we have to pin this in our cloth simulation. So I will select this to add the vertex group, and now if we just go into the properties, cloth simulation. Before going into cloth simulation, just apply all the transforms, control all transforms, and now if we just add a cloth, and from here just go into the settings, cache, shape, and from here give it that pin vertex group which we have just created. And after this, collisions, add self collisions, and if we just bring the timeline here by shift F12, and if we just play it, nothing will happen because we have nothing in our scene. So I will create a force field object like the wind, and I will give it the direction like this, and if we just increase the strength like this, and if we just play it again, and you can see, and if we just go into the viewport like this, increase the noise amount, and you can see we are working with our cloth simulation. And now guys, you might be thinking why we just created a small part of the cloth simulation, because now I will simply add my array modifier, because with this I don't have to add the multiple properties on the objects again and again. Now you can see we have added the settings and properties of the cloth from the single object. Now I will just simply increase my numbers like this and like this, and I will just add the 1.01 and like this, and just apply this and apply this and check it out. And from here go into the select all, selection, select separate loose parts, select all this, and press M to create a new collection. So we make a new collection for the cloth objects like this, and you can see, yes, we have created a separate part, the cloth parts, and we just play it, and you can see our cloth is perfectly working like this. And let me turn on the denoise in my scene like this, and if we just set up our shows for the collision, and for this guys, I'm just create a cube, move it here like this, go into the wireframe mode, just give a rough shape of the shoes like this. And now I will select the cube, subdivide it, sorry, like this, and now I will just add a modifier of shrink wrap on it. Sorry, shrink wrap. Now this shrink wrap modifier will shrink over this cube on the shoe, and it will create a rough block out of the shoe. Let me show you. And if we just select a model of the shoe, what the name, like the object, let me name it shoe model, and select this cube. If we add target the shoe model, okay, and now you can see it has created a rough shape of the shoe, which will help us in our collision, because this is the optimized way of adding collisions onto the objects. So let me just apply this. I will simply go into the edit modifier, alt S. So just create a shape like this, okay. And if we selected my shoe model, and if we go into the, and now if we go into the physics tab, if we add a collision on this, if we just wait, you can see how much it's struggling. And if we just remove this collision, add the collision on this, and you can see how nicely and easily it's playing, because it's not getting affected by the so much vertex and information to make it a simulation. So this is very handy and optimized way of creating optimized collisions. So just remember this. And now let's just animate our shoe and create an empty, scale it and move it here like this. And now just simply parent this collision object and shoe model into this empty. And I think it's not painted, it's painted. So I think this is in the cloth collection, so just move it to the scene collection, into the collection, and now we are good to go. And now I will simply just move it here, this. You can go and see in the wireframe mode like this. I will simply press I to insert the keyframes, and from here on the around 60, I will move it here like this. Press I to insert again faces, and if we just play it, you can see it's looking very much nice. And guys, you can see, and if we just apply the other stuff on this, and this will very amazing. And guys, if you like my tutorials and learn something new, please make sure to support me by subscribing my channel, liking this video, and comment on this video. This will help me to grow more and quickly, and so I will bring more amazing tutorials for you. So let's just move to the next step. And now you can see it's set up our scene, and this is looking very good. Just don't forget to keep saving your Blender file. So again, I'm saving this. And guys, let's just leave it here at this part. And if we just select this overcloth shape like this, and let me just add a new material on this. So I will move these materials. I will create a new material of poster. Okay, and now from here I will go into my shader editor and to the wall, to the object. And now I will import my poster design which I have created in Photoshop. I will share with you, because I will simply just drop it here like this, and if we just connect it here, and this will nothing show because we have not UV unwrapped over this object. So go to the first view, just make it from the project from view. And guys, if you don't have any idea about the UV unwrapping, so guys, basically UV unwrap is a 2D representation of our 3D model. So to apply that any texture on the 3D model, you just have to unwrap its UV properly, and then you have to place that on this texture. Like in our case, we have this flat plane shape, so we just need to fix this UV on top of our texture, like I am going to do. And after this, you will see your texture on the 3D model properly. And if you want a detailed tutorial, just comment below. I will create a detailed tutorial on this in future. And guys, if we just, let me just remove this part, and let me just finger the hair UV editor. And guys, you can see this is our 3D model, but this is a 2D representation, and we have just aligned this. And let me just apply this material onto the other cloth objects, so you can see the material like this. And so guys, I was telling you this is the 3D model, and because I just selected this part, okay, so it just added this, and just remove it. And if we just select all this part, and yes, we are good to go. And guys, this is a 3D model, and this is here's a 2D representation of a 3D model. So if you don't have any knowledge of UV wrapping, let me just give you the simple explanation. So if you have any model, you just have to create its UV map to get the texture aligned in into your 3D model. So as you can see, we have this, you can say this is a plane shape, and now we have a plane looking UV unwrap. And if we just have to set this poster design into our this model shape, we just have to align this UV unwrap perfectly onto our poster texture. So if we just align it here, this will perfectly show up here. And let me just move it here, and you can see, because our dimensions are not matching, so that's why it's not completely like this, because it will skew my model like this. And if we just keep it here, this will not impact so much in the looking like this. And you can see we're perfectly aligned with our scene. And if we just like this object outer shape, and let's just create a cool material for this. So I will just press, so I will create a new node of wave structure, connect this, press T to add the mapping nodes. If you don't get these nodes by pressing Ctrl T, it means you not have enabled the node wrangler add-on. So just go into the edit, preferences, add-ons, and just select it, and select saturate node wrangler and just enable it. This is a handy node. This will help us into the color, into the, let me create a bump, and for the height, and make it the normal. And let's just create the scale just like this, smart UV project. And if we just created this with the UV unwrap, and you can see it's perfectly aligned. And if we just go into this, and let me just add a color ramp to get the control over this. And let me just move it here, and if we just set it here like this, okay. So you can change its color, like which color scheme you wanna go with. So I will just keep it this. Later we will change it, because now just for the scene and setting purpose, we will go with the random colors. So you can do as you like and spend as much time as you want. So I want to change the color of this poster. So I will simply create a new node, hue saturation, connect this, and I will simply putting my values. You can follow if you want, 0.92 like this, and this is a bit higher, and you can just leave it like this, 1 but I'm going to go with this color, but you can change any color you like. Okay, so we have set it up here, and we bring up the timeline again here, creating a new viewport, shift F12, and just set up the timeline here for the easy navigation. And you can see it's looking very good. And if you are thinking about this object, just ignore this at a bit, and let me just enable this. And if we just select this cloth object part, and go into the first frame, go to the physics tab, and from here just pick all dynamics, so it will pick all the objects. Okay guys, so I was talking about this in the intro. Before searching and reading about cloth simulation, I was baking my cloth objects individually, like selecting each cloth object and baking it one by one, which was so time taking and hectic. So later I found out that you can simply bake all the objects simulation by clicking this bake all dynamics button, which is so handy and easy. And also you can delete all objects baking simply by clicking on delete all bakes button. And I have already showed you how I applied the cloth simulation to multiple objects by setting up array on single object, and then separated it to make it a separate object, which you have seen in so many tutorials. And hope you found these things helpful. So let's back to our tutorial. So now simply just, if we just select this shape and go into the object tabs, visibility, show it viewport and renders, and this will disable it. So if we just see it, and guys, you can see this is looking so much nice, and hope you like it. Again, support me simply, so I can keep bringing these amazing tutorials for you like this. And this is looking good to me, guys. And now I will simply just, and guys, let me just, and guys, if you don't want to see this building block shape on the sides, just simply select these objects and go into the edit, hold out, and you can simply just hide this, and this will give good look if you want this. And if we just select this and just scale it a little bit down like this, or just leave it because I'm thinking I'm liking this in this way. So I will create a new edge loop, control R. So I will simply move it here and I will select this, and I will thinking to add this on this. Yes, I think this is looking good. Alright, this is looking good to me. You can change its color, like what color you want. Okay, I will do the rendering in my own colors. I'm just showing you for this tutorial purpose. So like this, you can add the light on the inside, this, like this. And you can add a object here. Select this edge, shift D, duplicate D, separate selection. Select this edge, convert it to the curve, go into the depth, and just create it this like this. And you can give it a material to the cloth of the poster, shade it smooth. Just set the origin to the object, to the origin to the geometry, and now we can simply control this. Guys, now this is looking more good. Yes guys, this is looking good to me. And if we just try it our first render, so save the file, F12, and we are getting a good render with no extra objects showing in the render. And guys, now let's just do the render settings. So resolution 1920 1080, 30 fps for the smooth playback, and set the output vector from here, and from the RGB 16 color depth, compression 0, and render settings I will render it on around 500 samples. And in the denoise section, use the GPU if you have a good GPU, because it's render faster. So open image denoiser, and you can use the optics, it's also very fast and quick. So I will go with the open image denoiser in this. So after this, I will simply just save my file, and I will go into the render animation, and it will start exporting my animation. And now we will do compositing, where I will show you how you can make your VFX shot more pop and stand out. Okay guys, so my rendering is completed, and now you can see the image sequences. So let's open the resolve and start our compositing. Okay, so I have opened the resolve, but let me show you the changes which I have made in my animation. So I just have extended my animation to around 100 frames, and I have made it interpolation mode to the linear, so it will move with equal speed and end with equal speed like this. And that's it. And now we will open the resolve and start our compositing. So I have opened the resolve. Now first we will create the pins, because it's a good practice to always keep the hierarchy of the folders. So I will name it sequences, and now I will create a new bin here, one for the row. By the way, shortcut is Control Shift N, and it will create a new bin. So you can simply right click on it and create a new bin row, and here I will create the VFX. So I will import my row sequence or video into this folder. So I just simply drag and drop my video into this, and it saying to the change of frame rate. Let's change it, but we will just delete it. So let me create a new timeline, right click, timeline, new timeline, and name it, and not use project settings, format 1920 30 fps, because our video frame rate is 30 fps. Or if it's not, always go with the minimum 30 fps, because it gives us smooth play back experience. So that's why 30 fps. And now I will simply drag and drop my video into the timeline, and we have imported our video. Now I will select the VFX pin. Now we will import our VFX image sequence, which we have just rendered from the Blender. So right click, import media, go into the directory where you have saved your image sequence. So now here I will just select the first frame, like the 001, and Control A to select all, open, and it will import my image sequence. So now I will simply just drag and drop here, and it will load my image sequence. And you can see we have successfully imported our image sequence, but I just want to extend it. So on the last frame here, I will right click, change clip speed, and here click on freeze frame, change, and it will make it separate. Now right click on it, change clip duration 5 seconds, and it will extend your clip. And let me just keep it this, and let me just turn off this window from here and click on this button to fill your timeline view. And if we play, now you can see we have a bit longer duration now. So now this is good to go. Now click on this effects panel and it will show this panel, and from here into the effects, take this clip, adjustment clip, place it here and extend it to the end, and now just name it and let's hide it for this moment, and go into the file and here change its name. First we name it camera shake like this, change its color. Alt click and drag to make a duplicate, create scale, change its color like this, again duplicate this, alt click, name it blur like this, change its color, again duplicate this and name it color grade like this, and change its color like this. Okay, and now we have created our layers, so we can have a good control on our layers and effects. So that's why I just create these layers individually for the each effects. So this gives me a good control and it's a handy, so you can apply all these effects on a single layer also, but this becomes sometimes messy. So that's why this is a good and easy approach. So now I will just apply the first camera shake, and let me make it the view bigger like this. Okay, and let me click show the effects panel, and here I will search for first shake, go into the filters and drop it on the camera shake layer, this, and go into the select the layer. First let me turn off my selection follows playhead feature, so this will not select automatically the layer. So now I will go into the camera and I will put the value, and if we play you can see this effect like the camera shake effect which you have seen some VFX shot. So I just simply put these values like 0.109 and 0.558, and if we play and you can see the smooth camera shake effect which looks so good. And now let's move on to our next effect, the scale, which just zoom the video, and you can see for this I will go into the one around 118 frames. So now I will simply put a keyframe on the scale like the 1, and on around 218 frames here I will make it 1.1. okay, and let me show the keyframes from these buttons. You can simply show it and like this. Okay, so our scale effect is also added. Go into the lens blur effect. So here search the lens blur and drag and drop it here, and from there you can see it's now added. Now on this frame, go to the effects and add a keyframe on this point and make it 0, and here is that, just move it back a little bit like here. Okay, so this is make it 0, and from this point make it on a 4, and here make it around 3.5, and from here make it 0, click 0, and you can see and nicely added our lens blur effect also. So guys, if you're liking, please don't forget to support me by liking this video, comment on this video you have liked this, and make sure to subscribe my channel for more amazing tutorial. So we are good to go. Now turn this off, select the color grade option, click on this icon here, color, and here make sure to select this first layer because sometimes auto select the other layer, so just make sure. So select this layer. Here you can change its brightness or the contrast like this, and from second icon of this color palettes you can enhance each color individually. Like you can see here is the red and yellow colors, so we can make it more pop, and you can see before and after results like this. So you can extend it more as you like, and you can extend the blue color from these points like this. You can see the blue colors are more popping up now. So this is all up to you. You can extend it more, and after this you can change other properties here like the highlights of the overall view, overall window like this, and change its saturation from here. This I will control Z it because I'm not using this for this. Oops, highlight was not reset, so make it 50 for the default, and I just like this, and from here you can keep the shadows like this. Let's just leave it because I just showed you the way you can edit your VFX shot and make the adjustments. So I will simply just turn this off like this. And guys, we are good to go. Guys, let me turn off this view, send the view timeline, and if I show you the final results. And guys, this is looking so good. You can see our effects are added extra details into our VFX shot, and hope you liked it. If you liked it, please make sure to support me by like this video, comment on the video, and don't forget to subscribe me, and don't forget to subscribe my channel for more amazing future tutorials. And if I just disable my effects, you can see the before this was looking this, and you can see this is looking so simple and static, but after the effects we turn on, we just turn off this layer, and you can see this is looking so good. And if we just enable this and make the compositing opacity lower, and you can see this is looking so good. Okay guys, hope you like this tutorial. If yes, please make sure to like this video, comment on this video, and subscribe to my channel. This will motivate me to keep creating and sharing better content with you. I will see you in the next tutorial. Until, stay creative, keep creating, take care.